One of the biggest questions that I get asked every day is, Shane, how can you activate your intuition? How can you activate that inner knowing? Well, that's the thing. Activation for me is the key, because I believe that actually we all have an instinct, we all have an intuition, we all have an inner knowing. But today's modern living, or the way we live at speed, the technology around us, if you think about it, you kind of rush out of the door in the morning, you spend the whole day moving from one situation to another, to another, to another. By the time we get home, we walk through the door, we check the phone, we check the mobile, we check the laptop, we check the tablet. It's kind of all that kind of energy constantly moving. We're never standing still to actually kind of absolutely receive that information, because kind of the intuition, the inner knowing, it needs time to breathe, to kind of absorb the environment around you and kind of then translate that in intuitive messages. So I kind of, I say to people, one of the ways, and one of the easiest ways to activate that intuition is to actually know that you're born with it. We are all born with an intuition. We're all born with an inner knowing. We all have the ability to connect with the spirit world. But quite often we kind of separate that natural ability. Now, we have a saying here at the Academy, mediums are not made, they are born. However, there are those that choose to do this work, and there are those that are chosen to do it. But however, we all have that inner knowing. It sits there right in the gut, in the core. And I say to people, one of the quickest ways to kind of activate that is to slow down. That is very hard, and it goes against the grain for so many of us because we move at speed. So we've got to consciously slow down. Now, I get so many people saying to me, I tried meditation, but it doesn't work. This is the thing. We need to keep trying, because the mind is noisy, it moves at speed, and we keep feeding the speed, we keep feeding the noise. And what happens is you unravel it like a tightly wound spring. So every time you meditate, you're slowly unwinding it, you're slowly chipping away. And with perseverance and with practice, you begin to drop into your intuition, into your inner teacher, because there inside you is an inner teacher. There is an inner knowing to every dilemma you find yourselves in. So meditation being the key, quiet time being the key, kind of getting outside within nature being the key. I know many people that run, that cycle, and find that a form of moving meditation. They kind of leave the office with a question and dilemma. They go for a run, they go for a ride. By the time they come back, they've got the answer. What you've done is you've shifted your gear, kind of shift that into the intuition, and the answers just begin to kind of emerge and rise within you. So meditation is one of the entry points, and you don't have to be meditating for long. I say to people 20 minutes a time, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week will absolutely start firing up that inner knowing. It sits right there in the core. And gently persevere with it. Don't watch the clock. Okay, the mind is going to want to watch time. You set a mobile very gently, and allow that kind of that alarm to go off very gently to bring you back. And you watch. It's about creating the pauses, So whenever you've got a question in front of you, grab the question and then kind of listen. Just quietly create the pause and feel the answer arise within you. I'm a believer that all of us have the answers to every dilemma we find ourselves in.